for providing me the opportunity, and I feel duty-bound if I do not place the real facts which are to my notice. What I have seen here, certain things have been mentioned without basis. Mr. Speaker, we are passing through a crucial time, and I will stick my discussions and my points to Kashmir, the polarization in Pakistan, and of course, Indian latest aggression on Pakistan. These three things are correlated, Mr. Speaker. I owe a thanks from Chaudhry Majid and some other people who spoken, even Tanveer Saab, that Pakistan People's Party ke former President Asif Ali Zardari came out to be a leader of consensus, a leader of symbol of unity for Pakistan. I think we need a big applause from our people that he was the leader who created unity in Pakistan, and of course brought the nation to this level that our survival rests in unity. And that is nothing but unity. Mr. Chairman and Mr. Speaker, of course you are presiding the joint session. Indian mindset is against Pakistan right from 1947. And the first Raw head, Subramaniam, when he came to Pakistan in the early 50s, and he traveled from Karachi to Khyber, and after going back, he reported to the government and wrote a book of 30 pages. And he stated that Pakistan को खत्म करने के लिए किसी एमुनेशन की, किसी आर्म की जरूरत नहीं है, सिर्फ वहाँ पे एथनिक और सेक्टरल ट्रबल कर देंगे, पाकिस्तान टूट जाएगा. Mr. Speaker, they applied that on East Pakistan. And the way they promoted the ethnicity, and you know how Mukti Bani was brought in and how they attacked, of course, East Pakistan, converted into Bangladesh. It was again, if you see the history, it was Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto who was in the United Nations, and he spoke straightway and told the international community that Pakistan is being broken. At that very point, he left the Secretary General's office by touring that resolution because it is against my country. And that is still coming the same way. And that resolution is being still followed. But coming out to the resolution on Kashmir, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, I have a question to the international community. When the resolution comes to US, that is passed, implemented within 48 hours. But here, the resolution of Kashmir is going decades and decades, but nobody is listening. Why? Because America is rich. America is a world power. That's why its resolution was implemented. Kashmir is a poor. They cannot demonstrate. They cannot do anything in the world. That's why nobody is listening. Even our Muslim Ummah is keeping quiet. What kind of pressure is coming from the Muslim Ummah? Nothing. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, if you see the whole history, the efforts of Pakistan are there. But unfortunately, the level of the efforts need to be assessed. But before going to that, I'm coming back to Indians' aggression, Indians' mindset. The same elected Prime Minister of India actually makes confession in front of the whole world that they broke East Pakistan. They brought Bangladesh into existence. Have we taken any action? Did we move into the United Nations when he spoke in Bangladesh? I wrote 5 letters, and 1 letter, it is a charge sheet to India, sent to the Prime Minister of Pakistan. And I would like, Mr. Speaker, if I have the copies, if you can include the proceedings, because not only it contains the letters to the OIC, to the Secretary General UNO, but it also contains the charge sheet. And I actually pointed on April what is happening today. And this is a document which you can see and see how it is going. Now coming forward, your attention, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I heard few of the remarks coming, the impression coming if our forces, we as a Pakistani are involved in kind of interference in India or a terrorism in India and we are feeling embarrassed. No! India is the one which is actually exporting terrorism to Pakistan. And I'll give you three very, very plausible, authentic proofs. First is Samjhauta Express. It was done by Colonel Proth, who was the sector head of the RAW. And what happened, sir? Within exactly 4.5 minutes, India leveled this allegation against us. Pakistan kept on crying in the whole world that we haven't done it. But it didn't work, Mr. Speaker. And ultimately, the Supreme Court of India, when an honest officer, DIG Krakre, brings the whole story before the Supreme Court, and then they confess, yes, it was done by Indian RAW. I have a question from the chief terrorist. I always call him chief terrorist, Prime Minister Modi. Why I'm saying it, I have a reason to say. He was on the list of terrorists for 5 years. He was not allowed to go to the European countries. He was banned in America. And see the apathy. A time comes, he gets elected as a Prime Minister of India through terror, using terror as a weapon. And the same Prime Minister is accepted like a darling in America. When I come and talk about America, I should not hide what had happened in the world.
आपके पास इतने facts हैं कि मुझे रोकना अच्छा भी नहीं लग रहा. इतने facts कभी भी नहीं किसी ने बताए.
Mr. Speaker, I need 5 minutes. I will remain on the fact, but I think my colleagues must know these facts, and they should go to the world as to how India is misusing its authority against Pakistan. Give me 5 minutes more, Mr. Speaker.
3 में कर लीजिए.
Mr. Speaker, the same facts which I'm mentioning, they are very important, especially the annexes between Afghanistan, US, and India. The annexes of US and India is well documented. On the first visit of Prime Minister Modi to US, when they signed a bilateral agreement hitting at Pakistan, the copy is with me, you can have a look at it. Second time, they signed a bilateral agreement whereby India is given access to all the military assets of US. हमारे लिए तो ड्रोन रह गए, जिन्होंने जंग लड़ी, जिन्होंने अपने हजारों फौजियों को शहीद करवाया, नॉर्मल लोगों की जिंदगियां गई, हमारी इकोनॉमी तबाह हुई, जितनी भी नवाजिशें हैं वो निछावर हो रही हैं इंडिया पे. और पाकिस्तान को क्या मिल रहा है जी, ये कि इवन न्यूक्लियर की डील भी जो होती है वो इंडिया की साथ ही होती है. Now coming on to this, having said so, I have a number of other things where I can prove on record that India is interfering in Pakistan, in Balochistan, via surgeon insurgents, and of course in Karachi, and of course they have decided, I must put it on record, they have decided to create some kind of Pakhtun movements in that area, and therefore my appeal to my Pakhtun brothers and sisters that they should be careful on that, because this is going to be moved by India. Now the last and final, the CPAC. Mr. Speaker, don't isolate it from Kashmir, because what is happening today, it is a result of this CPAC, because certain world powers do not want this thing to happen. And the way it is being put under pressure, and see how India says, कि मायदा ताश हम खत्म कर देंगे. On the same day, I was with Chinese TV, and I mentioned, sir, कि China के 76 दरिया गिरते हैं इंडिया में, 746 माइल चल के शाम से जाता है, टोटल 29,000 किलोमीटर जाता है, मेजर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की प्रोडक्शन वहाँ से होती है. तो मैंने अपील की कि चाइना मस्ट शो फ्रेंडशिप और दिस मस्ट बी स्टॉप्ड. वो 24 घंटे के लिए बंद हुआ. आई रियली थैंक China for having done so, because this is a very clear message to India.
Thank you.
Now, having said so, I know.
साहब, thank you. ये आपका आ गया. आपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब को भी लिखा है, यूनाइटेड नेशंस को भी लिखा है, ओपन लेटर टू द नेशन भी लिखा है. एज प्रेसिडेंट पाकिस्तान पीपल्स पार्टी ओवरसीज सीनियर मेंबर पीपल्स पार्टी सेंट्रल एग्जीक्यूटिव कमेटी, थैंक यू. वील कीप इट इन रिकॉर्ड. ये आपकी सारी रिकमेंडेशंस. मेरा ख्याल है जी, मेरा ख्याल है वक्त हमारे पास बहुत कम है जी। मलिक साहब फिर 30 सेकंड में काइंडली सजेशन दे दें जी।
Speaker, while we are showing solidarity to Kashmir, I have one suggestion. Let's have a solidarity march by all parliamentarians on the avenue and show to the Indian people and the Kashmiris, here we all stand together and we say, Kashmir banega Pakistan. And that message should go very clearly. And Mr. Chairman, we must also put in the resolution asking China to put pressure to stop the water flows if India stops our water through the toss, whatever the river they want to stop. And of course, some delegations from the parliamentarians must go to the world and to the United Nations and agitate what is being done. And of course, the final thing, what is the government doing for all that? The isolation created for Pakistan. It should have been done long time back when the agreement took place between America and India. And finally, let's adopt an aggressive policy and send a very strong message that here we stand together as a nation. And unless we send that message very strongly, I don't think India is going to understand. Laaton ke booth बातों से नहीं समझते मिस्टर स्पीकर। थैंक यू वेरी मच। पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद, कश्मीर बनेगा पाकिस्तान। थैंक यू मिस्टर स्पीकर।
वालों ने नहीं कहा जिंदाबाद जी। शेरबानो साहब